I was born in a town called El Sereno, California. I was raised with Spanish people, Puerto Rican people, and that's how I learned at an early age to play salsa. Went to Catholic school. After Catholic school, went to high school at a high school called Wilson High School over in the same town. After high school, I began to play the piano more. I began to take more of an interest in the piano because I found that as a person who stuttered, I could say it clearer by playing piano. So I took right to it, man. I began to hear cats like Dave Brubeck, Miles, Charlie Parker, Coltrane. And so I'm a jazz pianist at heart. I'm a singer also, and I enjoy jazz. Also enjoy pop. I enjoy all of it as long as it's good music, man. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. Yeah. Turbulent. It was traumatic. It's only been in the last 7 years, where I've actually began to overcome the shame of being a person who stutters. I was hiding out for years. I was in the closet. I had a real turbulent childhood. I was so ashamed because I couldn't talk like other people. And it's now turned around to be my greatest asset, because Scatman is happening because Scatman stutters. Stuttering taught me to scat sing. For example, has turned into stuttering taught me how to phrase. By trying to force the word out, I had to learn to pronounce my words. Hilarious, huh? Yeah. But yeah, I had a real turbulent childhood. I had problems as a child, and the whole song of Scatman is about tapping into those problems, finding strength in those problems to not only overcome that problem, but all your problems. All I can do is speak for myself and hope that what I've accomplished in myself can reach out and touch other people. I've learned to overcome my problems by using them as a source of strength. I stutter on the radio, I stutter on TV, I stutter all over. I recently played a concert at a convention for stutterers all over the world, and I got to tell you, it was an honor. There were thousands of us all in one place, and everybody stuttered. It was like this heaven on earth. It was really great, man. I had a ball there. Sang my heart out, played my heart out. Yeah. I hope we're keeping a cohesive conversation going here. You'll have to pardon me, kids. I haven't slept much. I've been on the road a lot. Okay, there, I said it. I worked in jazz clubs. I was hiding out in jazz clubs. I was always afraid to talk, so I was always the piano player hiding out. I earned my living somewhat playing jazz, but as the cost of living increased, I found I had to find some other ways. So I turned to my wife one day and I said, "What can we do, honey? How can I further my career?" She said, "Let's go to Europe." So we dropped everything, rented out our condo, and we came here. And I began to play hotel rooms. And I have to say, I've had a chance to play some beautiful hotels all over Europe, and it's been fantastic. In fact, I was performing at a hotel in August called the Alexandra, and my agent called me and asked me, "How about scat rap?" I said, "What?" He said, "How about scat rap? Why don't we take some scatting and some rap, put it on a tape, and to make a long story short, out pops Scatman." And here I am. It's great. I'm having a ball. Yeah. For me, the greatest fortune I have, musically speaking, is that I am a jazz player. From the perspective of a jazz player, it's all the same thing. Techno, rock, all of it, it's the same thing. It's all 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that the sounds they have today are fantastic. All these sampled sounds are beautiful, as long as they don't replace the human spirit. That's the only thing. If it starts to replace the human spirit, then we're selling ourselves short, aren't we? I think we all scat sing. I think it's a degree of how much do we scat sing. All of us sing a simple common song. That's scatting. All singing is scatting. Scatting is an attempt to sing an improvisation with the voice. I've been practicing on it for some time. So I also have a thing in my throat. It's called a throat chant. Help, I'm a monk. Did I say that? Oh my God. Right here in front of God and everybody. Oh, God. Oh, well, I told you Coltrane. Of course, there's Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, the Beatles. Everybody's been touched by them. I have. Oh, God. Probably everyone I've heard who I've enjoyed has taught me something. All of them, all the jazz players. Yeah. I like Prince. I like Elton John. I've only come on the pop scene. I only know a few of the pop people. I like Annie Lennox. I think she's great. I think there's something very special about her. There's a great piano player out there. He's a jazz player. Kenny Kirkland, great piano player. There are some young cats there. No, it can't die. It's too beautiful. There are some young cats out there who are playing their tail off. It can't die. It's just simply too beautiful. I think jazz is the only musical art form I know to put the totality of the person into. I've been able to touch some feelings by playing jazz that I haven't been able to touch in any other art form. But I have got to tell my audience, though, I have an open mind. I'm not a jazz purist. I think a jazz purist is a cop-out word that means I won't hear anything else. I'm open to all music. And Scatman and the Scatman album is coming out. It's full of variety, it's full of lyrics, it's full of heart, it's full of sampling. It's a fantastic album, yeah. I even like it. It's got great words. There's a song for all of us there. I have a song for the homeless. There's a song on there called Song of Scatland. Everybody's from Scatman's world. The problem is that some of us forgot about Scatman's world. I call it Scatman's world. It's a place that I had to create to be able to remind myself and everyone else that peace is possible. So I create the image of Scatland. Scatland is a place where we don't have to have police. We don't have to have laws because all of us are conforming to the laws of the universe instead of conforming to man-made laws. Everybody trusts everyone in Scatland. Everybody understands everyone in Scatland. We're all in touch with our sixth sense in Scatland. As you know, we live in pretty turbulent times. Between the ozone and the trees and the oil and all the madness that's happening, there is a place inside of all of us where there is peace. Sometimes it takes longer for some of us to find it, and it's hard to get back to that childhood, but I think inside of all of us there's a child inside that hasn't changed one bit from the day he or she came on the planet. That child is in Scatland. Scatland is a place of beauty, and I need a sense of hope in today's world, and I found peace inside of me by overcoming my problems, by finding out who I am, by finding out who I'm not. I'm an older man now. It's taken me a long time. Peace is possible. Scatland is a place of peace. It's located between your deepest dreams and your warmest wishes. And it's a place for all of the kids to find happiness in. Yeah. Hope that makes sense. All the wars, all the problems, all the pollution, all the class distinction, all of this stems from the fact that for far too long, we've been conforming to someone's idea of what the world should be. Sometimes those ideas are wrong, sometimes they're outdated. I would like to be practical about this. We have honored kings, we have honored man, we've honored God, and there's no peace. I believe that when we honor the children and make this world a safe place for kids, then there will be peace all over. Is there any other place except Scatland now? Today is the greatest time of all for a person to be alive, man, because it's all coming down. There's no more heroes, there's no more lands to explore. The results of mankind following his pride and his ego, it's all coming down. I think there's going to be peace. We'll either blow up the earth or save it. And I think inside of all of us, there's that place where I think we're going to make it, man. Maybe it's closer than we think. Maybe by finding out who we aren't. Maybe by facing ourselves. Maybe by going down inside and taking an inventory of ourselves. Finding out who we are and who we aren't. Maybe by questioning authority. I think it's going to become Scatland. I think it's going to become paradise. I think everybody's on the verge of growing up. I think the politicians are on the verge of growing up. I think governments all over the world are saying, what's happening now? We don't want to fight no more. How can somebody win if somebody loses? It's not possible for anybody to win if somebody loses. That's in everyone's heart. Even the most vicious criminal in the world has loved somebody or something. I ask you, how much further can we go in this chaos? It's not working, man. We're doing something wrong. Homeless people everywhere. Come on, it doesn't work. We need to learn to share. We need to learn to love each other. Love. Corny word, isn't it? But man, it's true. We need to try to understand. Try, operative word. Try. That if we can just try, that will do it. Because all I can do is try. You know, I mean, I got angry at an airport official earlier. I got a temper, sure, but trying. That's all. I'm feeling a lot of feelings now. It's a great time to be alive, man. Yeah, it really is, man.
It is.
And I'm just trying to touch the kids out there, and I mean kids of all ages. I think all of us are kids. I think we need to put a sense of hope out over the airwaves, because there is hope. Your childhood is finished when you've become completely smothered by illusion. Outside of that, you're a permanent child. I am childlike. I am not a child, because I also have a certain amount of understanding of what it is to be grown up to. But hopefully I've become childlike. There's a big difference between being childish and childlike. Although sometimes I'm pretty childish, too. I've got to admit, you know. I want my way now. There's a lot of great young jazz players. There's a lot of great young producers. There are some very talented people out there. BMG Hamburg set me up with these two young kids. I don't mean kids. They're grown-up people. But their names are Tony Catania and Ingo Kays, and they are brilliant. Tony and Ingo are the architects of Scatman. They're the guys that knows the sampling. They're the guys that know what's going on in the pop world. I don't know. I just found out. I'm just finding out. They made a hell of an album here. It's great, and I even like it. And that's something else, because I'm a critic. But I don't know. I got to tell you, there seems to be something else at play here. I mean, Manfred Zeringer introducing me to BMG and Eckhart and all the people there, and Tony Catania, and all of us, the four of us all coming into one place at one time. I don't believe there's coincidences. I think there's something else at play here that's making all of this happen. Sometimes I can sense it. I don't know. I don't mean to sound abstract. I am a very, very basic astronomer. I love the universe. I could sit out there all night and say, what made all this? I mean, here we are, a little tiny species on a little tiny planet, going around this tiny sun in this tiny galaxy with billions of galaxies out rushing. I mean, it's magical. I learned a lot by saying who made all this, what made all of this. For me, there's some kind of divine intelligence that enabled me to have intelligence to be able to even perceive it. In the Catholic way, no. Catholic school at my time taught me that God was out to get me, and I had to fire that God. I think sitting here talking to you now, trying to communicate, is God. I think any person that understands that maybe there's something greater than them, that's God. Something enables me to sit here and keep this heart beating, talking to you. That's God. I don't centralize God. I think God either is or he isn't. I don't mean to call him he, but it's only a convenience. But absolutely, there is a power. I mean, I don't make trees grow. I don't make tides come in. I don't make the moon come up. So there's a power that I'm only a part of. Oh my God, I'm having a ball. My head is in the heavens, my feet are on earth, and I don't know. I don't know what to make of Scatman. All of this is happening, man. And at my concerts, I gotta tell you, the kids love Scatman. And maybe it's because Scatman loves kids, see? I'm having a ball, all this. I mean, I'm also enjoying the success, too, for the first time in my life. Oh, my God, I have a future. It's great. I get a chance to put out positive stuff, positive, happy stuff. And I can't tell you how I feel because it's happening so fast. How can you explain all these feelings? It's I'm having a ball, but that isn't adequate to describe the way I feel. My God, I'm traveling all over the earth. I've been playing concerts, and the kids are loving me, and I can't tell you how good that is. If that is a problem, that's the first time I've thought of that. If that's a problem, we'll certainly take care of that, won't we? Because I want to reach the kids. I'm making enough cash now to take care of me. I have to tell you something. I sat in my room over at the hotel I was at, and I asked that I be given abundance to reach a wider audience of people. And I asked that. I'm not, see, I gotta tell you, I don't have to be a pop star. I'm an older man. I know who I am. I don't have to be a pop star, but I do have to communicate to people. And now that Scatman has happened, I get to reach a wide audience of people, and that's where it's at, man. Communication, trying to communicate. Sometimes it's hard because I'm still a little selfish. I think all of us are, but as I said earlier, I try to reach people. Try to tell them maybe, just maybe, everything is okay. Hi everybody, Scatman John here. Nice to be here. I hope you like my brand new album. It's lovely, a song for all of us there. Hi everybody, Scatman John here on your favorite radio station. Glad to be here. I love yous. Hi everybody, Scatman here. Welcome to Scatman's World. That's the name of my new album coming out. Great to be on your radio station. Here's a song for all of you out there. It's called Free Improvisation from Scatland. for you. This is a song for all the children, because you're the only ones that really know what to do. Scatman John here, yo baby.